What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And today I'll once again be posting two separate Western New York Wednesday reviews, and both of them come from the Froth Brewing Company, and they're out of Buffalo, New York. And the first one I have here is their Liquid Lollipop, the sweet cherry and chocolate variant. So this is what they are calling a triple fruited sour ale that is brewed with the aforementioned two ingredients. It comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 7 weeks old. So just like the last couple weeks, I'm doing a double dip of Froth reviews here for Western New York Wednesday, and I have two more Liquid Lollipops. I have this one and another one later, and I'm getting kind of down to the end of my stash. I have two more to review next week, and then that'll be all for the Liquid Lollipops in the near future. We'll do some other stuff for Western New York Wednesday. If I do get any more Froth beers, they will probably not be a Western New York Wednesday. Anyway, this one brewed with sweet cherry and chocolate. When it comes to sour beers, I will honestly say that, I don't know. I don't know what to think about chocolate in sour beers. I've had a couple that are delicious. I've had a couple that aren't really my jam. So I'm kind of curious about this one. Sweet cherry and chocolate sounds pretty good, so we'll see. Anyway, as I do with all of the heavily fruited sour ales, I poured this one off camera. It did not gush or anything. It was fine. And it looks like this really deep, dark red into almost brown. It looks more like that in person on camera. It's probably just gonna be like a dark, maybe dark red to like purple color. It had about a finger of this light brown colored head that is now dissipated to a thin film. One thing I noticed from pouring this and in the glass, it doesn't seem as thick and pulpy. They're using just sweet cherry and chocolate, so it doesn't, I guess, have as much of the leftover pulp and whatnot that the other ones do. But anyway, yeah, it looks good. Let's get a nose. What the fuck? It honestly smells like a straight up Tootsie Pop. That's what it smells like. It smells like a cherry Tootsie Pop. It smells like cherry, as the base, and then the actual Tootsie Roll part in the middle. Like, that's what it smells like. I was trying to picture what it smells like. It honestly smells like exactly like a Tootsie Pop, a cherry Tootsie Pop. It doesn't smell like chocolate to me. It literally smells like a Tootsie Roll where it's chocolate and like a caramel or whatever they use, Technically, I think it's a chocolate candy, but just has that unique smell to it. It smells like a fucking Tootsie Pop. There's not much more I can say about it. It smells super sweet. This one does not smell tart, but it smells like a Tootsie Pop. I've had a couple people mention that they didn't really like this one, and even my dad, Average Pops, I gave him a couple cans, and he drank the first one, and he was like, too sweet for me. I was like, what? That man has not met a beer that's too sweet for him until this right now, I guess. He said it was too sweet, not sour enough, and just, he didn't hate it, but he's just like, I couldn't drink the entire thing. I'm like, that's disappointing. I've had a couple other people, a viewer of the channel, Jacob, he mentioned that he didn't like this one either. I don't know. I fucking love Tootsie Pops, and this smells like a cherry Tootsie Pop, so if it tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. So I guess we'll see. Anyway, cheers, everyone. It fucking tastes, to me, I don't know about anyone else out there, to me, it tastes exactly like a cherry Tootsie Pop. End of story for me. This is gonna be the quickest but not quickest review that I ever do. Body's like medium body. This is not as thick as most of the Liquid Lollipops I've been drinking. It's almost watery in an aspect to those, but for a 6.5% fruited beer, it's fine at medium body. The mouthfeel is not as soft, smooth, and creamy either. It's soft and smooth and not really creamy, more carbonation. I would say the body and mouthfeel are not upper echelon for the series, but it's fine. The taste, I don't know how else to explain this one other than it tastes like someone melted down a cherry Tootsie Pop and put it in a beer with a bit of tartness. Right at the forefront, I'm hit with cherry, like a chocolate caramel kind of mixture, and that carries on throughout the entire palate. Midway to 3/4 of the way through the palate, a slight tartness, slight to moderate tartness sticks in, a little bit of an acidity. But this is sweet. My pop said it's too sweet for him. I don't know if this is too sweet for me. It's definitely skirting the lines of being cloying to some degree. I don't think it's going to be. I think there's enough of that like mild to moderate tartness and that acidity that it's not going to be too sweet. I could see myself, however, getting sick of the actual flavor profile of this one because it's pretty much cherry, chocolate, caramel, all mixed together, cherry Tootsie Pop. That's what I'm getting, nothing more, nothing less. There's no depth to the flavor. There's no complexity. Not that beer needs to have depth or complexity to be good, but just this one just is pretty much one note. But I will say the note's pretty fucking good. Like, I can't sit here and say I don't like this one. I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, mixed bag of reviews from Untapped and people I know. But that's why you always drink the beer, no matter what kind of feedback there is out there, because until you taste it, you don't know if you'll like it or not. And I like this one. I think it's damn good. I do think there's a couple problems I have with it. One, it's one note. And two, it might be a bit too sweet. And three, the body mouthfeel aren't fantastic. I think if the body mouthfeel were a bit better, the sweetness was dialed back a little bit, and it had a little bit more depth to the flavors, I would have no problem giving this in like the 4.25 out of 5 range. As is, though, the Liquid Lollipop Sweet Cherry and Chocolate variant from Froth, I'm going to give this one we'll go slightly over 4 out of 5. I'll go 4.05 out of 5. I do think it's good. I do think I enjoy it. I'm going to have probably no problem drinking the rest of this, but this is definitely a one and done with these beers. And I think the last 3 or 4 ounces might be a bit tough from a flavor aspect, but I don't think that it'll be a struggle. If it is a struggle, I'll post in the description box when I post the review and say, hey, you know, like I couldn't finish it or it got too sweet. If there's no issues, then I won't post anything. So check the description box and see if I mention anything else. I probably won't, because I don't think I'll have an issue with this one. It's not one of my favorite liquid lollipops, but it's unique, it's different. And if you like cherry Tootsie Pops, this is your fucking jam right here. I couldn't see how it isn't. Price point, availability, brewery only, some drips and drabs out to Rochester. One Stop Brew Shop has been getting their stuff here and there. In Buffalo, I haven't really seen these around town. I think maybe like Aurora Brew Works and a couple other places get their stuff occasionally. For the most part, brewery only, and price point $25 a 4-pack. More often than not, I have no problem paying that for Frost Liquid Lollipops. It's on the higher end of what you pay for these type of beers. I would say, honestly, I would not pay that again for this. I would probably not pay $20 4-pack for this. This is one of my least favorite within the series, although still gave it a 4.05 out of 5. But when you're talking over $6 a can, I don't think, to me, this is good enough for my palate to pay that again. But most of their beers, most of their Liquid Lollipop beers, I would pay that. So if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, to me, it's a cherry Tootsie Pop, and that's pretty much it. I wish there was a little bit more tartness and a little less sweetness, and I think this would be a 4.25. I could even get past the mouthfeel and the body. Oh yeah, 6.5%, really can't tell. But yeah, I just wish it was a little bit better in certain areas, and it would get a better score for me. But at the end of the day, 4.05 out of 5 is a good score. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol and another Western New York Wednesday. Be on the lookout a bit later today for another Liquid Lollipop, and it's a Liquid Lollipop that a lot of people that I've seen really digging. So I'm super excited to get into that one. Some people are saying it has the best body and mouthfeel of the entire series, and that the flavors are fantastic, whatnot. We'll see. So yeah, till then, cheers.